So hey guys, I've got a interview with Inspirational by Marie today. She's a great woman who we actually connected on Instagram after I saw one of her videos, and I believe it was a picture of her transformation where she did a 40-day fast, just drinking water only. That's crazy. The most I've done is 36 hours. So how you can do 40 days, I don't know. So yeah, we just want to get into the interview. So give us a little bit of background. What what you're about. What's your story?
Hi, everybody. My name is, first of all, I just want to thank you, Elvis, for inviting me and, just being interested in my journey and, things like that. So I'm grateful for that. So I'm happy that I'm here.
Sure.
And yeah, so a bit about myself. So my name's Marie and I go by Inspirational by Marie, as you can see on my top, my hoodie that I'm wearing. And I basically have a platform that is about inspiration, whether that's through my discussions, whether that's through general conversations, through quotes and things of that nature. So that's really what my platform is about. It's about uplifting people, just giving people that hope, encouragement that I feel like we all need to be a part of this, I guess, world, society. Any avenue in your life, you can always apply inspiration. So I just feel like that is something that I do. I'm a strong advocate also for fairness and justice. This is something that's been embedded in me since God knows how old I was, but that is something that's just part of who I am. So that's about my background. My motto is be encouraged, be inspired, and be blessed, which is what I usually think about, or my mind. Those three phrases, or three phrases are something that I live by. So yeah, okay. Regarding, is that okay for my? Or do you
Yeah,
want to
that's
answer?
no, that's good. That's
Yeah.
good. Yeah. So obviously, as I said, the first how we connected was you fasting, and I've dabbled with fasting, and I've obviously done intermittent fasting. I'm curious, what's your experience going into your fast? How did that all start out?
Yeah, so, okay, the whole 40-day water fast is something that, and I'm even happy with the way we connected on Instagram, because the thing is, I like the way people have reacted to that or responded to that 40-day water fast, it has blown my mind,
Yeah.
because when I'm sitting here in my house just thinking, okay, I'm doing a water fast. I'm like, let me just process, because as much as it has got something to do with weight loss, it actually is very inspirational. And that's one of the things that a lot of people have told me, that, this is such an inspirational journey, because I think what people may mostly connect with the whole 40-day water fast is the fact that there is a lot of perseverance, and I didn't
Yes.
give up, and how did you sustain this long and not. So I get it on that level, and that's why I feel that people are like, wow, how? I got a lot of DMs, and people are like, I can last this long, but I break on this day. So there's a lot of connection with when it comes to this 40-day water fast, because it's not just not putting food in your mouth, it's what enables you to not actually give in or give up, which is, I guess, we can connect to the whole inspirational thing. So how I started the 40-day water fast and the experience was, I honestly was just sick and tired of failing diets and starting something and then saying, oh my gosh, like I can do it for 3 days, and then fourth day I'm like, oh, I've given up, let me start on Monday. And I was like, you know what, I need to abstain from food altogether, because quite frankly, clearly I'm not able to follow out these diets, and I'm not able to control myself. And that's what it was. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to do, it actually started off me wanting to do a 30-day water fast. And then I had a discussion with my mum, and then I was looking on YouTube, and I was seeing many people like doing 40-day water fast, 40-day water fast. I'm like, you know what, these people, all of them had something in common. And the common goal was that they all lost 40 pounds minimum. I was like, this is, let me just add another 10 days, basically. I'm guaranteed to lose the 40 rather than the 30 if I did 30 days.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. And then, honestly speaking, that decision was made on day 4. So you can imagine, I'm thinking, I was talking about day 30 and now I'm talking about day 40.
Okay, yeah.
So now I'm sitting there and I've got 36 days left.
Wow.
Like, come on. So yeah, and then before I knew it, I was at day 40. But yeah, definitely, I still went through that 6 weeks because it is a 6-week process.
Yeah, of course, I understand. As I said, you're inspiration to a lot of people. I remember when I posted up on my Instagram about your transformation and your fast. A lot of people were messaging me like, how the hell? Like, that's incredible. And they were asking me, you know, because obviously, you know, they've seen some of my transformation pictures. They're like, have you done something? I was like, hell no.
Which are awesome, by the way.
Sorry? Thank you.
Let's not skip that.
Thank
we have to go, but those are awesome. Yeah, go on, I'm listening.
Yeah, no, so as I said, like literally the reaction that I received on your behalf was incredible. So I can just imagine what you were getting in your inbox.
You're my representative.
Now, honestly, it's amazing. I think one thing that I've learned with this, you know, weight loss transformation journey is people are really inspired when they see something, you know, that seems really difficult being done. Yeah. In my case, obviously, I've not done the super long fast, but I've done. Obviously, I've lost a lot of weight, and I think a lot of people, as you said, connect with that when they're like, "Oh wow, yeah, you know, it can be done." Because I've gone through many phases in my life. You know, when I was younger, I lost weight, kind of put it back on, and for the last decade, I've had it on. You know, my body has got to a ridiculous level. So, but I think, you've got a great mission and great motto, as you call it, to just inspire everybody and show them what's possible. In terms of like your prep for your fast, did you have any resources, any sort of books that you looked at, or any sort of websites you went to?
Yeah, that's a great question. Mm-hmm. Yeah, before I wanted to embark on the fast journey, I did do my research. It was based, to be honest, I just looked at a lot of benefits and a lot of, what fasting can do for people and what, I guess, just the benefits, overall benefits, because I find that, especially when we want to do something, even if it's not fasting, but just like, let's say you want to try a new, cream, or you want to try a new, or even a fruit, you want to know what benefits that this thing is going to do for you or have on you. Sometimes things may have side effects, sometimes I don't know. So you do your research, generally speaking. So so I went into that thing, and I went into the whole preparing and planning situation. Was, for me, I think a lot of that was timing as well.
Yeah.
So what I mean by that is, I didn't just say I want to do a 40-day water fast and then start the next day. I had to prepare myself for that. So I was like, okay, I want to do a 40-day water fast, but I think I said that like maybe 2 months prior, to be honest.
Okay, wow.
Like it was something I had to really prepare and plan for. And that's one of those things, because I find that your mind has to be in line with what you're going to execute or what you want to do next. And that is exactly why because you lessen your chances of failing when you prepare. So I knew that, okay, this is the journey I'm going to embark on for 40 days, Marie. You're going to have to complete this, because you can't say you're going to start it and fail it, which, to be honest, it's a part of life. We do it. But if I wanted to succeed, if I wanted to have a successful result, it means that I would have to really complete those days. And a lot of people ask me, they say, I don't know how to, continue or to stay on the fast, or I keep breaking the fast. And how do you not break the fast? And it's a lot to do with the preparation. Preparation will help you get in your mind in that mode of, you are going to embark this water fast, and plan that water fast. Do you understand?
Of course, yeah.
And persevere. So yeah.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I think I can empathize with that because I remember when I started keto back in February of 2019.
Mm.
But it took me a long time to actually get to that point where I could actually be consistent. Because as you said, when you're not, when you don't prepare properly and you don't, plan yourself accordingly, it's very easy. For example, I started keto multiple times, and I was never consistent because just wasn't there ready. I wasn't mentally prepared for it. And
Yeah.
and eventually, obviously, thankfully, I came to that realization. I got to start now, and I got to be serious, and I've been consistent ever since.
The whole keto, and you had to prepare yourself and things like that. Like,
Yes.
another part of the whole preparing and planning for the journey is to make sure you have the right, whether it's keto you're doing, have the right foods, have the right ingredients. If you're doing a water fast, whether or not you're using supplements, whether or not you're using vitamins, whether or not you're using salt, but make sure you have your ingredients to help you. This is part of the preparing stage, so that when you get to that day one, you're able to have the right equipment, in quote, to help you not fail. Because then imagine you want to start a keto or you want to start or whatever, and you don't have any high fat in your fridge, or like, how?
Yeah,
You just end up eating whatever you have. So
exactly.
that's part of the preparing stage.
Yeah.
And that helps you not fail in
I completely agree.
the long run.
Yeah, that's definitely a thing because I remember prior to keto, it's very easy for me to go to the local supermarket, Tesco, Morrison's, wherever it is. And because I wasn't prepared mentally, I'm just picking up my normal rubbish. I pick up the high carb stuff, which obviously is not keto. And when it's in my house, I'm like, well, it's in my house, so I'm gonna eat it, aren't I?
Eat it now, yeah.
So yeah, you're definitely right. I think with everybody, you need to be plan according to what your goal is. I always like to say, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. So, and that's a motto I like to live by. I sometimes over prepare, but that's a whole.
No, absolutely.
thing.
Totally understand you.
Yeah. With fasting, I know obviously because it was such a long period. You talked about, did you use any sort of supplements or electrolytes, anything like that, to help you with that period, or just straight water? Oh, you did use.
So yeah, I had vitamins daily vitamins. I also did incorporate salt into my water. Awesome. So yeah, for the electrolytes, and that's all. That's really what I can say. I know some people, it just depends, because like some people I know they do like let's say you're fasting for religious purposes. I've heard that some people are like, they don't want to do anything or add anything. My thing is, my main goal was that I was actually doing this for weight loss purposes. And if you hear when I answered my 40-day question and answer video on YouTube, I was actually referring to the fact that regardless of whether you take, I don't know, vitamins or not, my personal experience was that I still had a stronger bond and connection with God during my fast, because like, honestly, you're just neglecting a part of your flesh, and your mind is you're in another state of mind. It does affect our mind, not in a negative way, but I'm just saying, it's like when I wasn't eating, my mind was just clearer. I was just more focused on different aspects of my life, because I just had more time, and that was my experience. So I did find that I was closer to God through the experience anyway, with the supplements or with the vitamins.
I completely agree with you. I think when I've done an extended fast, obviously talking past 24 hours to about 36 hours, I always find that I'm a lot more just in tune with what's going on. You're less you're less focused on the things that don't really matter.
Honestly, it's so true.
So I think,
and unless you experience it, because I think people won't even, because our state, if you're eating every day, you become so familiar with your state of mind. But when you take out or eliminate the food, you feel like a different person. So unless you really experience it, people will understand what you're saying, but you just have to go for it to feel that experience and to understand really what people say when they say that they have clarity of mind during fasts.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think, I remember when I did the 36 hours, I did about a week ago. I was so clear-headed. Like I was able to do so many things and just
Yeah.
you're able to think, as you said, almost without any like filters or any blocks in your mind.
Yeah.
And for anybody who's watching this, I think they should, if anything you can take away from this is look into fasting. It's something that it's not just a weight loss. Yes, the weight loss is a added benefit, but
It's the boost.
it's also for your mind as well. Because I think
Absolutely.
when you're always in a constant state of consuming, you kind of forget you actually need to stop. And in some ways, I'm happy about the quarantine. Obviously, I'm not happy because of the virus, but I'm happy
of what.
that we're able to actually stop and just able to observe what's going on.
Yes.
Really. Yeah.
And you're so right. I mean, this is that, because we're on lockdown, literally, it was easier for me to do it. Like you said, we're not happy that this is actually happening and we're going through this awful time that we actually can't, it's even still shocking up until it's just crazy, unbelievable. But it's like it helped me do my fast because there's no restaurants, I'm not meeting up with any friends. So I literally was able to just focus on my fast and complete it. So yeah, I totally get what you mean.
No, absolutely. I'm curious, since you've gone back to eating now, what's your relationship with food like, and how's your diet changed, or what's that looking like?
So because that's a good question, because it's like, oh, what do you do? How do you do this? Well, I currently am on a healthy eating, I would say, diet, plan, but I mainly consume daily high protein, low carbs. And this is how I am able to keep, or at least ensure that my weight is going down in the right direction, basically. So that's what I do. I do high protein, low carb foods. I drink water, whether that's sparkling water or still water, but I only drink water. What else do I do? No snacking. No, just meals, basically. So I'm just trying to think of what else I do. Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay, awesome. I think with the fast like that, I think one of the things that I know that I've struggled with in the past, because I actually started fasting back in 2016, but obviously it's always been intermittent, and I lost a lot. I lost quite a bit of weight at the beginning because I was very consistent in the gym, but I quickly started thinking, because I'm working out, because I'm fasting, I can do what I like when I'm not fasting, and quickly I gained a lot of weight. And I think one of the things that I definitely advocate for is when people are not fasting, don't just think it's a license to eat what you like. Obviously, you can have once in a while, cheat meal here and there, but I took that the completely wrong way and just said, I'm fasting every day, and I've been fasting for the last, as I said, almost 4 years now. But because of a point in my life where I was just like, I can eat what I like, sugar, and also it got out of hand, and I went to almost 160 kilos, which is very heavy. That's like 25 or 26 tons.
It's but the I don't know, because I know how it is to do interviews. I know how it is to do interviews, and when someone asks me a question, I'm thinking, I'm the interviewer, why are you asking me? But I'm so curious as to how long did it take for you to literally lose that? What was the period of time?
So for me, I would say it's been about just over about a year, so less than a year, to lose the chunk of the weight. I've still got some way to go. I've still got some way to go.
Congrats. Yeah. I understand what you're saying. Because like me, I've still got, as much as you've completed 40-day water fast, I'm still on the journey still, of weight loss. Yeah, so I get that.
Yeah, I'm still aiming for the 6-pack. It might not be here for a while, but I'm still aiming for that.
If you can do what you completed, honestly, you've got this in the back. And that's what I'm saying. When we, like people like us, when we stick at something and such a drastic, result or such a drastic journey, there is nothing really that can really intimidate. We've kind of proved to ourselves that there's no limitations anymore, especially when it comes to food. We actually are in control because we've done it. we've sustained, we've kind of like said, this is where we stop, this is where, especially with intermittent fasting, because that's really like you've got to have a window of a time when you can do, and then you literally have to cut off, and that is what your mind is. So that shows a lot of, you know, willpower, you know, and self-control. So when you come to that level, a lot of things to do with food and eating, it really starts in the mind as well. Even knowing when you're full, is your stomach telling you that you're full up, or is your mind telling you that you're full up? You know what I mean? Because we think that, especially, I'm not going to even get into races or anything like that, but I'm just saying, me, when I sit down and eat a plate of rice, the way I've been brought up, the rice may look, I'm familiar with big portions, or what people may think are big portions, but really, our stomach is small. We don't need as much as we are consuming at times.
I agree.
So are we used to a way of thinking? So a lot of things we have to unlearn. A lot of things you know, so it's just a psychological thing. There's a lot. But I think when we become familiar with and conscious, and like, you know, being able to kind of like not just put things in your mouth, but actually say, you know what, this is enough. If you're still starving, obviously go back and get more, but you don't have to load the plate. So these are the things that I'm now learning. Eat small portions, Marie. You don't have to do it like I've been doing it, you know. Oh, that's not enough. Add more. They'll be telling you, add more. Do you get it?
Especially a cookout or a barbecue.
Like, no.
Yeah.
So it's things like that. You know, culture plays a role. There's so many things that play a role in when it comes to eating and health. Like, you know, certain countries, they may have a diet that is very, I don't know, high protein, low carb, or they may eat a lot, you know, so it just depends. Everybody is different, which is why when a lot of people were saying to me, how do I break my fast and all these things, I was saying, just look at your own body. And that's another thing, you got to see what works for yourself as well. So this 40-day fast, a lot of people may want to think, I want to do 40 days, but I had a lot of fat in my body. So I was able to sustain those days. Some people are really slim. You can't do 40 days because you don't have enough to burn. There's not enough fat on your body to basically lose for you to still be healthy. I'm still healthy because of the amount of fat I had on my body, you know, in the first place. So the bigger you are, you can actually, believe it or not, it's actually more healthy for you to do a longer fast. So.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great point. I think you know, not everybody should do a 40-day fast. I think that's a great point because you definitely don't want to end up passing out. But yeah, especially when you are, you know, you are heavier, you definitely have a lot more. I like to call it as energy, because you got more energy at the end of the day. That's why your body put the fat there. For. So when the times you go through a famine or for a period where you're not eating, it's energy for that period. It's funny,
absolutely.
You know. You're touching about culture. I think one of the things I was thinking about was growing up. I've come from an African household. I assume it's the same for you. Like one of the things.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's looked upon as like, having a big belly is a sign of wealth. You know, like especially when I, you know, went back in Africa, it's a very common thing where like the older men have a belly, and like for them that's like a sign of It's a sign of status.
Wealth.
Well, exactly.
Yeah.
It's that conditioning, not to touch too much about culture, but I think it's that conditioning that sometimes we need to program ourselves out of. Because realistically, and I think it's one thing to have certain, you know, dietary choices in Africa, but it's a whole different thing when you come over to somewhere like the UK or Western world, because the quality of the food also changes. And I think
it changes. True. Yeah. We have a lot more processed foods.
Absolutely. And I'm looking at how this whole quarantine situation is actually disproportionately affecting Black and ethnic minorities. And one of the things I'm thinking is, you know, obviously there's various theories. I'm thinking also, I think the fact that a lot of people maybe don't eat necessarily the food that's naturally good for them, for their DNA, for their genetics. They're eating a lot of the processed foods that you find in the Western world, and I think that's something that a lot of ethnic groups need to be conscious of. There's a couple of great documentaries I've watched where they've shown some of the communities that have adopted Western diets. So, for example, I forget that I'll find the name of the documentary on Netflix, but basically they go to like an island near Australia, and it's got like
Okay.
I don't know what they're called, but almost like Samoan people, and a lot of them have
Yeah,
high
yeah.
blood pressure, diabetes, all sorts of medical conditions which they never
Right.
had before. So they're looking at their grandfathers, and they're healthy, but then their children are so overweight, so unhealthy. And one of the scientists, what they did was they looked
Right.
at their diets and they said, okay, the way you eat compared to your great grandfather is so different. If you go back to the diet that you used to eat previously, um, potentially you can recover.
Yeah.
You can sort out the issues. And a lot of people, once they adopted the dietary changes, their diabetes went away, high blood pressure went away. So I think it's something that also we need to be conscious of. Sometimes eating the
Wow.
food in the Western world, especially processed
Yeah.
food,
You're so right.
it's not great for us.
Yeah. It's so true. Yeah, and I agree exactly with what you're saying, because even like big people or even slim people, some people may just want to embark on, fasting as just a healthier option, or just to be healthy, or just to try it for that element of I don't think it's, fasting is only, like you're saying, like we just need to be aware of the things that we're putting in our body. So even if you're slim, even if you're not big, there's so many people that done, fasting, but not for weight loss purposes only. I mean, it, like you said, it changes your health overall. We all should just be aware of what we put in our. So I was watching something the other day. They were saying you can look slim or you can be slim, but be in quote fat inside.
Yes.
And you can actually be a big person but be healthy inside. So it's just it goes both ways.
No, I completely agree. So to touch on with and obviously you're we connected on socials, and how do you find the attention? Because reason I asked this question is I remember the first time I actually posted any of my before and after pictures was back when I turned 28 in January, and I'm part of these two big keto pages on Facebook. And when I say the reaction was crazy, it was crazy. My inbox was blowing
Say again,
up.
you're part of these two what? Say that again.
So I'm part of two keto groups on 2 or 3 keto groups on Facebook with a lot of followers.
Okay.
And when I posted my before and after pictures,
on Facebook.
Yeah, the reaction was nuts. When I mean people were trying to add me as friends, and I'm like, oh, what's going on? Women were trying to try with me. I had to tell my girlfriend, no, this is not what's going on. This is just a bunch of random people.
Oh yeah. Where she's sitting next to your phone is pinging.
I had to be honest. I had to show her. I'd be like, look, these are not people that I've tried it with. This is just a Facebook group.
That's so funny. Yeah.
It brings to my question. So how do you find that whole, that whole attention?
Yeah. Do you know what? And I'm so happy. Do you know what? I feel like our stories are kind of similar as well.
Yeah.
Because you understand. And when you're saying it, it's like I get exactly what you're saying. Like, I'm not lying to you, Elvis. Like, every day I wake up.
Yeah.
Okay, first of all, I posted a picture of my 20, because I'm sure you're aware anyway. Yeah. On YouTube, I was vlogging my journey basically. So I had day 1 to 10, and then I would say how much weight I've lost, and then I would write. Then I would show before and after pictures, and then I would say day 20, I didn't eat for 20 days, and I'll say how much weight I lost. So I was doing it every 10 days, and I did 30 days, and I did 40 days, and that's how the videos went. So I remember I posted on my my body results. I think I posted up until day 30. So you would see my first day, you'll see the way I look on my first day, you'll see the way I look on I believe the 20th day, and then you would see the way I looked on my 30th day. Okay. So obviously I was losing weight, and I've been people up until today, like this morning, I'm still getting likes on that post. That's number one. And that was like 30th day. Took less of the first day and my results for the 40th day pictures. So it's like, I'm telling you, DMs like every day, no joke, every day. People follow me, ask me questions. It's a lot. And that's why I did the whole question and answer video because I couldn't keep answer. It was just
Couldn't
getting.
keep up.
I'm not saying it was too much, but you can understand how it feels. Like even at work, when you go into work and you see a list of emails, you're thinking, what? No, like it's overwhelming. But at the same time, I was like so grateful that people were interested in the journey because you're just sitting, drinking, sipping your water. Because I was literally sipping water. And I'm just thinking, I am just an ordinary person. Do you understand? Like, and then I share my experience with people, and they just come to me. How did you do it? Like, even how we connected, to be honest.
Yeah.
But the only reason why I was happy that we connected is because when I went on your page, I noticed that we have something in common.
Yeah.
I was blown away, and that's why I was like, okay, you know what? Like, I'm so glad that I have actually been posting these pictures because now I know that I have, like, you know, inspired, and also I have like a group of, I would say, friends or people who now I can talk to about these things and about how they're dealing with their journey and weight loss and, you know, things of that nature. So it's really great. But like even when I messaged you on Instagram today, I had to scroll through to find you because, in fact, I had to type your name at the top because it's just. But I knew I had to be helped too.
No, I completely empathize. As I said, it was actually the main reason why I started the YouTube channel because I've always wanted to do YouTube, and I've done bits here and there, but I was never consistent. And this is the one thing that I've been passionate about for a while, you know, the health and nutrition. And I said the amount of interest in what my journey was like and the things that I have to offer in terms of my viewpoint, it's been so much that I thought, well, clearly people are interested, so I might as well share it. And in some ways, it's also, it's a way to help as many people as possible. Because realistically, as you said, it's difficult to reply to every single person and give them you know, because some people ask you a lot of questions. You answer one question and they follow up with 2 or 3, and you're like, like obviously depending on who they are, you're fair play.
They're so interested.
Yeah. So, but it's hard when you scale that out to 100 people, you know, however many people are trying to ask you so many questions. So I think, I think you're doing a great thing with your page on Instagram and obviously your YouTube, because I think when I first discovered you, I'm not sure if you'd finished your fast at that point. I think, was it just before you finished your fast?
When we spoke.
Yeah, because I messaged you, I want to say it.
It's either I finished or it was very near. Maybe I had like it's either the last day or when I had
near the end.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
So obviously, because I caught you at the end, I think one of the things I did is I jumped on your YouTube and I watched like a bunch of the first videos where you're vlogging your experience and to see how that journey looks like. Because to be honest, I'm still not ready to do a long fast like you. I'm not mentally ready there. So when I was watching you, I was like, oh wow, like you know, she's doing an incredible thing. Because I'm still aiming, and I think I already mentioned this in the post to you. Was I'm trying to aim for 3 days. 72 hours.
You said so. You said
it's tough because for me, obviously, I've always been intermittent fasting, so I know straight away when I'm hitting about 20 hours. Like my body knows it's gonna get food.
Yeah, you're right.
It's gonna get food.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah. So I get that. Absolutely. But so funny you say that. And thank you, by the way. Sorry, thank you for watching my YouTube video. I appreciate it.
All right.
What I was saying, what I do agree with what you're saying is that me doing intermittent fasting, I would find that hard, and I would even like to say harder. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't know if I can. I'm not sure about the timing. I'm restricted. I don't know. Will I be craving the food more? Do you understand? So it's like, even though you're saying that, you trust me, you have a lot of power in your own right doing the intermittent fasting. As much as I completed 40 days water fast, I think it's even hard to do intermittent fasting because I'm like, when I cut it off, am I going to be able to control myself? So trust me, there is no such thing as like basically you have a lot of power in your own right. I'm telling you, because I don't know how I would be able to control myself after a certain time. I'm not saying I couldn't do it, but I'm just saying the challenge is just as hard as you saying that you're thinking, how will I not eat for the 3 days?
Yeah.
Trust me, it's the same thing. It's all down to the control, the willpower, and but it's just like you're used to this. And I got used to the not eating after about like, I'm going to say, let me think, maybe about well, you never really get used to not eating, do you? But I mean,
Yeah, but
I mean, like,
I get what you
like,
mean. Yeah, yeah.
I was like, okay, you know what, Marie, accept it. Doesn't matter what you're doing. So I guess it's all to do with this mindset again.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. I think just to finish off on the intermittent fasting, I think for me it's not so hard because I like to give people this analogy. For example, if you do the minimum of an intermittent fast, which is 16 hours, you could eat at 8. You could finish eating at 8 p.m. the previous night, and you could start eating again at 12 p.m. the next afternoon. So realistically, majority of that time you fasted was asleep. So you actually don't have to worry so much about it. So it's not as difficult as it sounds. And I think a lot of people are scared by the idea that, oh my gosh, I'm going to be awake for 20 hours or however long hours.
No, you're right.
You're going to be asleep for a large chunk of it. So, you know, don't forget when you're sleeping, you're not eating. So it's part of the fast.
Anyway. All right, let me kind of like give a nugget for the people, because you gave a nugget for intermittent fasting. So let me give a nugget for the water fasting. Yeah. If you can get past, I would say days. If you can get, it depends how long you want to do it, right? But let's say you want to do 7 days. Let me give an example of that. If you can get past, because my worst days were 5, 6. But let me tell you, day 3 was still kind of shaky for me too. I'm not, because that's when your body's like, hold on a minute. Day 1, yeah, cool. You're still living off the food you had the day before. Day 2, all right, I'm a bit hungry, but I'm still kind of living off the food I had from 2 days ago. Day 3, it's like, no, I'm hungry now. Like, where's the food? And my body is saying, eat now, eat now, eat now. Day 4, you're out of order now. Let me, you know, your body's telling you you're out of order. Go in that kitchen and make that food right this second. Because right now, you're neglecting me. Screaming. You're screaming. You are screaming. You're like, nah, day 6, you're even crying. At that point, I was in my bed, I was crying out to God, groaning. Okay, if you get past 6 days, you can do it.
Yeah. Okay,
get past those days. But remember, day 3, that's a good way of looking. But day 3, that's when you can do it too. But I'm just saying that that's when your body's going to start to notice a lot of hunger and a lot of emptiness. So 3 days fast, I think, Elvis, I think you're thinking in the right direction. If you want to start to fast, you really should start with 3 days. Start with 3 days. Because what I want to say also is that it wasn't my first fast. Because for Christian reasons, because I'm a Christian, I had fasted before, and I've actually done 5 days with no food. I was drinking Lucozade, but I still did 5 days without eating solid food. You know, I know at this time I was drinking water, but I'm just saying that I know that I will be hungry at some point. So if you've never fasted before, you start in doses. So you are thinking,
Yeah, no, I agree. I think it makes it so much easier when you've actually got some experience. Because I know one of the risks for some people, especially if you've not fasted before, you could easily pass out just because your body's just like, what's going on? So I think, to be fair, anybody that wants to do fasting, obviously do your own research and understand, you know, how it's going to affect you and how it's going to benefit you. And I think one of the most important things that I don't know if you discovered this in your research, it's that whole cellular cleaning, you know, that whole detoxifying your cells.
Yeah.
So powerful, honestly. It resets so much in your body. There's a great book by a guy called David Sinclair. It's called Lifespan, on why we age and why we don't have to. Also, you know the book, I remember the one big takeaway from that book. He basically said, if you don't do anything else, I recommend in this book. Basically, he's a Harvard researcher. For those that don't know,
yes.
Looking at longevity, he basically says, and you see it practiced throughout so many cultures and so many, throughout history. You know, for example, Muslims have Ramadan, and that's, something part of their culture. Obviously, Christians, we fast, and Jesus fasted for 40 days.
Yes.
And there's so many examples where
a lot of them, Buddha, all of them, Gandhi, a lot of these people who were like on that kind of spiritual journey have all like embarked on a fast. Yeah, it's true.
Absolutely, and I think it's powerful. It's not even just the weight loss, the mental. It's just the whole rejuvenation. It's amazing.
Yeah.
And potentially, you might live longer because of it. So it's
You're right. Because you're renewing. I get that.
Yeah.
People might think hurt, but you're right because you're renewing your system. You're renewing your immune. You're renewing all these things. Yeah.
Yeah, no, absolutely, and especially with, I think one of the things I told people in my video about immune system is give your body a rest. Don't eat all the time.
Yes.
you need to stop for a second and say, okay, look.
Reset your system. Yeah.
Yeah, reset your body, because if you're just eating, your body's just building, and not repairing. So if you stop, you allow your body to repair and help itself. So just to conclude, so what's your long-term goal, and what do you want to be remembered for? What do you want to be remembered as or for?
I want to be remembered for. Wow, I feel like an important person. No, I would like to be remembered for a person who can relate to people and inspire people, but also to be inspired, because I always say that I have inspiration. So I speak to my family, my YouTube family, my Instagram family, my Facebook family, Twitter family, or whoever you are, I call you my inspiration, because I believe that people have journeys that equally inspire me. So when I look at your journey, Elvis, I'm looking at you as an inspiration. So there's so many things that I would like to be remembered for, but it's more to do with like a togetherness as well. I want to be able to share my story with people and be transparent and open and honest. So whether that's through the water fast diet, my weight loss dieting, whether it's through my discussions, because I know it's weight loss that everyone's like intrigued about, but I speak about many other things which I feel like people do go through in their everyday life. So whether that's about feeling lonely, whether that's about feeling fearful of the future, whether that's on kindness, love, all of these things are important to me. So it's just really, I want to be remembered for someone that kind of also glorifies God, because I'm a Christian, but I believe that these things are to glorify God and his name. There's a lot of people who have been in my life and have helped me become, I would say, the Marie I am today also. So I have people in my life like my mother. She's a great inspiration to me, and she will continue to be. But I have a lot of other people. I've got a lot of women pastors that have helped me and prayed with me and have been with me from the beginning, before I started any water fast, before I was on YouTube. And I have my friends, I have my family who have all been a part of this, and my cousins, everybody really, that is close to me, or not even close to me, but even that nugget, that word of encouragement, have really made me Marie. And have been a part of this building. And I'm telling you now, believe it or not, as much as I've done this 40-day water fast, I know I've done it as an individual, but however, it's pieces of the encouragement and the support, and I guess the words that have been spoken into my life that can give me that boost to say, you know what, I'm going to embark on such a journey and actually fulfill it. So, my relationship with God, just daily praying, reading my Bible, that helped me a lot on the the 40-day water fast. Being connected with God, being good to people, understanding people, loving people, being kind, all of these things are emotions and things that when we spread to each other is very it's contagious. You catch it, so you just feel better overall. So I just want to be remembered really just the girl who inspires people, blesses people, and encourages people. Find me Inspirational by Marie on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, SoundCloud. Awesome. So literally, this is where you go. Inspirational by Marie on all my social. And be sure to subscribe on my YouTube, guys. I need some love.
Absolutely. Yeah, as I said, I love her videos. I love her content. If you really want to be inspired by Marie, just go on her channel and all her socials. I'll leave everything in the description so everybody can find you. But yeah, thank you for
And also, all right, let me just say one more thing.
Yeah, go on, go.
So I'd like to say that Elvis, I believe your YouTube channel is amazing. Also, I believe everybody should go and watch that last video especially. All the rest are great, but I think that last one, because you showed us how you made the food, I was so interested. Because you showed us how you made the food, even the exercise as well, the ones that you can do at home, honestly speaking. Right now, in a time like this, is a great time for people to be knowing the things that they can actually do in their own facility without actually going to the gym. So it's excellent that that video, you know, was really great. And yeah, I just want to put that out there for everyone to go and pick that video.
Thank you.